Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to a new episode of Power Wash Simulator here on my YouTube channel. My name is Chris Peanut, and how you all doing?
Hello, demonettes, and other hellspawns. Welcome back. As you might have heard and perhaps seen on my avatar, he's next to me. So if you hear a relapse or hear my avatar talking while I'm not, then you know. Are you ready to go, love?
Yes, I'm already in.
Go up.
Going co-op on now, and for my
And I'm just muting my mic each time, so it's gonna be funny.
indeed,
Too much work. So, sweetie, you take one side, I take the other side.
yes,
Okay, you have decided that side. Okie dokie.
it's from
Oh, there it was. I changed my turning button. You have to do the advertisement boards first.
yeah, and
Oh, this is gonna be funny. I forgot to change my headset. Let's see if I can do that in game. My sound is still on my computer. Audio.
yes.
We have no sound on my side.
Oh, that's nice.
Ah, forget.
Maybe a quick recall.
Nah. All they will be hearing is shh.
Yeah,
It's what it is water. We have no music on, so yeah. Something about safety and not want to get DMCA'd.
but oh, I can turn off this something even CS. That's nice.
Yeah, I have some, but I still need to work it out how I'm gonna do it, stuff like that. Music from Kibitz. I'm Kibitz. The spicy meatballs.
Oh, still
Yeah, but the problem is hardstyle, big chance, copyright claimed.
yeah, and I have a few games though. Also,
Yeah, but you need to be 100% sure that they are. You see the problem? You need to be sure 100% because copyright claims, they don't care.
when they are put in the playlist.
It doesn't matter. Are they copyright free? All of the numbers? Literally each and every one of them? Because you have to be sure. Because ignorance, they don't care about that. Just because you made a mistake, they will try to get that money from you. And with a claim, I mean when they are claiming the money away from you, because you have two types of copyright claims. One you can get 3 times, and if that happens, you will lose your whole account. It will be literally deleted. So yeah,
Well, um,
I'm almost done. I'm almost done.
yeah, already done on my side, but yeah, last was waiting to become official.
Yeah, look, I'm working on it. Okay. 4.
Also for
Yes. Although it doesn't matter for my achievement because it doesn't count. Bollocks. Um,
Yep, I got the achievement.
oh, me too, me too. Yay.
Nice.
Okay, now let the hell begin. So this is gonna be a long episode,
Probably.
or not.
I think it's gonna take a while.
If you say so. It's difficult to control it this way. Nope, I'm not gonna use that anymore. C.
Probably.
No. C, press C. That.
Oh yeah, yeah. I never used that.
I'm sometimes trying to use it. So we split it in half, so he does one half and I do the other half.
You do it first.
And I have to do it again because, of course, I have to.
Oh, you need help.
Nah. It's a good cooldown after Dark Heresy.
Yeah, that's
Uh, oh yeah, I still have to work in my hotshot. My character.
right.
I think so. I think he's back from France. And if not, a few days, a few times off, it doesn't matter.
Gives you the best score.
Yeah, it's gonna take a long while.
These are the 3 or 4 hours.
Nah, not that long. If we work with a proper system, it will be done fast.
I'm also trying to inspire performance. Oh, this game's
Well, that's gonna be funny.
famous.
Well, more like, it's gonna be funny. I doubt he likes this game.
Yeah.
Well, we have talked about it with him, remember?
Yeah.
And he said he didn't look like it was his type of game.
Unfortunately, there's not that.
Nope. Unlike the Darkness 2, right, sweetie?
But Mike is zero frontliners.
Yeah. Uh, and what are you doing at the moment on your side?
We would have one wall.
Ceiling. I am gonna take a quick peek on my. Let's see if I had any questions last time. I forgot to prep that. Me a little forgetful. Huh.
Really? Working. Shut up, fudge up.
Okay, I am not even gonna say. I will have to have a little discussion with boyfriend about that one.
Oh,
Um, that's after. We need to have a discussion about that one.
which one?
It's a YouTube channel that tries to advertise something that's against the terms of service. So I'm not even going to talk about it on screen. So just let me put it like this: there are those people who try to do stuff that are against the terms of service, and I'm against people like that.
Oh, I can understand that. I believe.
And they try to hide what they're doing in certain ways. No, thank you. And I need to teach you that you need to look out for that as well. Yep. Why do people try to avoid the terms of service? Why do you risk your account with that? I don't know. But people do.
Because some people are animals.
Sadly, they are.
In other news, I'm trying to solve your problems. I'm trying. What about your shooting? Yes.
Because compared to me, he doesn't know what to talk about. So that's why I'm mostly in his episodes as well to fill in the dead void for him.
Yes. And I appreciate it very much.
I know. So yeah, it's a bit more natural for me. It's like talking to myself, which I do almost all day long. I don't even need to do voice practice or stuff like that. I'm so used to it. So if I would be playing this alone, I would be like, so we're doing the ceiling now. Get all that thick grime, mold, dust from it. But he's be like, so yeah, no wonder he's doing no commentating recordings now. Which, by the way, there are people who love to watch that. They don't like people like me commentating over what we're doing.
Uh,
Uh,
Fun fact is, I don't want to do those episodes and these episodes.
yeah, because again, there are people, a lot of people that like that.
No.
I like, I always like to see commentated things, but that's why I recorded what I like to see as well. Because I like when people are doing a game and talking about stuff.
Why? It's just, I don't know, just is it really was not? Maybe it's just talking about the game itself.
Talk about talk about your fluff babies.
Oh, and it bounces with the bed.
Yes. We can talk about that. Do you know what Galul in Raums means, sweetie?
What?
Galul in a Raum, talking in the void, roughly translated. It's German. That means you can talk hours, minutes, days. You don't have to say really anything useful. Let's say we have a mower outside. I'm really not happy about that because we are recording. But then again, it's their job. They have to do it. It's not like they can wait for us. So I'm gonna start complaining about it. And this is all example, everyone. Keep that in mind. Which means it gives me something to talk about. Just because I do it that way doesn't mean you have to do it that way as well, but it gives you an idea why I can talk so much. Or I talk about my past experience as a car cleaner, what I've done before. Remember?
I know.
Well, so there are multiple ways of filling the dead air. But what you can also do, and that's what you're doing now with your Euro Truck Simulator playthrough, you are just not talking. You let the game do the talking for you.
Mm.
Well, I might be telling the stories when I am going with my best friend Bapja, when we're en route to something or when we're doing something, stuff like that. Or when I was what what's it actually called? Not backseat, uh, a secondary drive, but I don't got driver's license. I was helping. I was on trucks helping, and that was related to those game. That's related to the game. Why do you think I on my Minecraft I openly say that I like to do my I watch Korean, Mamba Jabba, stuff like that to learn myself how to build and stuff like that. Because it's true. I watch them to learn something. Well,
I have this yes.
huh,
I was playing so different
yes,
parkour races. I really enjoy watching. It really gives me this thing that I want to try those races myself.
yeah. But you have to be honest to your audience that who, in that case, inspires you.
A little bit. Okay.
Who, me or the game?
Yeah.
Well, my headset is on.
But turn you a little bit because of the noise and stuff.
Yeah,
This is better.
okay. Keep in mind, if you pull me up in Discord, I change on the recording as well, so I can get louder on the recording.
Yeah, that's fine. Be on 100% during my recording as well.
Yeah, but you have to keep that in mind that you did that adjustment as well.
What were you saying? You're
I always give. I'm always open upon who inspired me to get better in building in Minecraft or doing some stuff. Like MDB, for example. He when I was watching him, he was small and stuff like that. It took him nearly 10 years to get bigger. And I still love to watch him when he does stuff. And that inspires me to keep going as well, like to not give up even after my little retreat that I needed to do for my own sanity, stuff like that. Those were the reasons I keep coming back. Like, he did it because he couldn't find any other job because of disabilities in his case. I have a hard time finding work. Well, then let's do at least something that resembles work.
Which you like to do.
Exactly. And I love playing games and I love watching YouTube. And sometimes I'm watching recordings of stuff and I'm like, I don't like, this is not something I would watch myself. And then I started, well, then I'm going to start something that I'll watch myself. Hints and repeat, I'm on YouTube making stuff that I would watch myself. Yeah. And I literally watch my own stuff sometimes. It's not just like I would watch myself, I literally watch myself. I have watched through my old Kudelka playthrough, not the one that failed, because I all topped out of the game and let's say I made a lot of boo boo.
No, but like I said, well,
Yeah.
usually just randomly I'm watching kind of games. It's also pharmacy related. So no, I like to
And
go through. He's doing GTA 5 reviews with his friend. Very
weird.
is what he says.
Okay, what I was just doing is he sounds 10 times louder when he's talking than he actually is. So muted him for I muted my microphone for safety. That's why I wasn't hearable because I was like, wait, what?
Huh.
Yeah, it was like you were shouting or something for me. Yeah. Well, I didn't touch any volumes after preparing everything, so yeah, I was kind of afraid that something messed up.
But everything's
Nothing changed, but sometimes you are quite animated when you're talking, so you can become quite loud. Yes, it's a sound illusion more.
ah,
You're so energetic then that it looks way louder than it is. Remember when I was playing Project Zomboid
yeah,
that I had to keep show from yo dude bits less loud
yeah.
because I need to work with sound. Yeah, that's why. I sometimes have the feeling, dude, are you deaf or something? Because you're almost shouting.
Even when it doesn't have footsteps.
It's something you wouldn't notice yourself. That's what I say. You would not notice it yourself, literally,
No,
because you can't notice it yourself. The only reason you could notice it yourself is when you are really paying attention to it, but then it wouldn't happen actually. It's not a bad thing, by the way. But now I just have confirmation that what I thought what it was is literally what it was. Just a part of the uh, and being quite animated. Again, not a bad thing.
Sweetie, lights.
Okay. I'm just working. The reason we are doing this today is the day before it goes live. Boyfriend was all week here, and I'm a little bit scared because of my avatar, but again, when you hear him talk and you see my avatar moving, that's him talking. And my avatar is responding because he is sitting next to me.
Yes. Well, I like, well, sort of like well, play like these Pokemon games.
Pokemon challenges.
Yeah, Pokemon channel. Or just
Uh,
this you have watching like what's it, Red Fire Red?
Fire Red, Leaf Green, and then it's Dragon Ball Z Team Training.
No, just
Uh,
I like watching them a little bit, but
yeah, but you're more Pokemon fan.
yeah, but things that I don't like about him, which I told you, is he's using a specific way too many times.
Which one? Yeah, but he's an adult streamer and recorder.
I
Tr-
know.
Trust me, he is literally not for children. We're not for children, but that's just because we can touch on subjects that are not really for children to start hearing about. It's good that they will be hearing about eventually, but it's not something they should be hearing about now.
Yeah, but that's because something I don't like about
Yeah, but hey, that's his way.
him. True.
Trust me, I can agree with you. He could use less swears, but he doesn't effing care.
No, no, I don't mind, but that gives me doesn't give me a lot of motivation to watch him. Although I like things, some things that he makes. So
Yeah. Well, sweetie, welcome to the interwebs.
yeah,
Everyone will have an opinion and a way of thinking. And their way, they think always their way is the correct way. Well, a little news flash. There is no correct way. Because with the amount of people in the world, those amounts of individual persons are thinking. No one will ever be on the exact same line as you. Yeah. But again, your opinion is still valid. Even if it's a wrong opinion, it's still a valid opinion. Just take flat earthers. Their opinion is that the earth is flat. For them, it's a valid opinion. It's a bit bonkers, but it's an opinion that they have the right to have.
really, the Earth isn't flat; it's square.
You play too much Minecraft, friend. You play way too much
Yeah,
Minecraft.
I know. Yeah, I
That's the
like to
joke
play.
in the end.
Yeah, I like to play some.
Yeah. No, but stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, I don't believe the earth is flat, but it doesn't mean my opinion is less valid than theirs. Although there is multiple ways in science, even if they can't understand it, that proves that the Earth is round. But their opinion is still valid, even if it's misguided and misunderstood in a way. And I'm just enjoying the game. But yeah, content like that is not for children.
Okay.
Nope. Because I can go all rant about belief systems and stuff like that. But that's my opinion on that. My opinion doesn't follow your opinion, doesn't mean my opinion is less valid or your opinion is less valid. It just means we have a different view upon it. Because, in my opinion, any form of faith is useless. But talk to someone who is very entrenched in his faith. I'm wrong and I should go to hell. Well, if I go to hell, then you were right. And I still wouldn't care. Your opinion to have your faith is your opinion. Just don't bother me with it. Jehovah Witnesses, don't come to my door and tell me, did you find Jesus? Yes, I found him. Put him in the cellar. Because I do not care about faith.
My
Yeah, well, trust me, if I'm gonna start talking in what I believe, let's not. First of all, YouTube wouldn't like it. Second of all, I got so many people against me then. And thirdly, then I have to rate this 18 plus. Not in the mood to tank anything like that. I noticed what it did to my Elder Scrolls playthrough. Dude, that tanked like hell. Hmm. Not gonna make that mistake again. So, for those who are watching my side, what I'm doing now is trying to clean that little bit of there under the cabling. It's a little finicky area. So yeah. And now I'm gonna do this little small part. Just gonna work on it. Because as you notice that I'm working with a system, yeah, that's why. It looks like it's going slow, but actually it's quite faster if you work with a dedicated system. Because when something's not done, it's easier to find. Because if I'm gonna stand here and I jump up here and I do this, and I know it's not clean there, everywhere else is clean. And if I want to be sure, I just can hang over it. So yeah. But again, everyone has their own opinion in how it should be cleaned. So keep that in mind. This is my way, and Crazy has his own way. Right, Crazy?
yes,
I'm crazy about you, Crazy. That's a lot of crazy. What, my side?
a lot of money.
Which part, the upper or the lower?
Yes.
the almighty yes answer. How is my avatar doing? She is doing all right. Yay. Now, normally I would go to the end, but now I'm gonna take a quick cut here. Because now I'm gonna work back. Because the cut you see here is literally where this little tile is cut up. And now it looks like a weird way of doing it, but eh, it's my way. Because I prefer to have little cleanups immediately. I love having this strong cleaning tool.
You got it yourself.
Yeah, I got the best one. I forgot which one was before this one, but when I played it, you had the one before this one. And I can assure you, it was a pain clean.
Yeah. But the good part is,
Yeah, so do I. We don't even need the money anymore.
precisely.
I should have just stayed with my plan that I was gonna do. Frick it. And that's what happened when you don't stick to your plan that you have. Oh well. Oh, Christ. How long have you been recording? Oh, just 30 minutes.
Oh,
We're not even halfway through.
that's okay. We're having fun.
Are you sure? Okay, if you say so. If you think so, then you think so.
Yes.
Your way of thinking is valid.
Yes.
That's why I also. That's why my intro is also like "Hello, demon, demonettes, and other hell spawns." I want everyone to be valid in my community. Even if your way of thinking is weird or not norm, it's still a valid way of thinking. But expect discussions in a good ways. It's not like, oh, I need to defend my way discussion. No, because I would love to learn why people think the way they think. Because I'm really interested in why the people think the earth is flat. I will never believe it, but I just want to hear their point of view and their science ways on figuring it out. That's called talking. It's called
Yeah.
having a conversation.
A lot of people like those conversations.
These days and age, sadly, yes. How many marriages would have been saved by just talking to one another? Might be a weird concept, but perhaps talking to each other, talking about each other's feelings, will actually make you understand each other. Right, sweetie?
True, true.
How many times we just talked about how you feel or how I feel?
A lot.
Yeah,
Because it's also a relationship.
exactly.
If you're married with one, it's part of a relationship.
Yeah. We have a lot of times discussions about things we don't like from each other as well in a good way. Just like the Council of Fluff. And for those wondering, the Council of Fluff are plushies. Those are our fur babies. The
Yes,
Council of Fluff, and they are all plushies.
yes, they are.
If you think that's childish, then you have grown way up too much. And you forgot how it is to be a person. You're thinking numbers then, and oh, my job this and no. I prefer to be a little loosely enjoying my life even when I have a job. If I ever would have a job.
Well, you can always work for me.
And then I'll continue with my own YouTube. Okay.
Just kidding, sweetie.
I know. Hey, you could work for me, not getting paid. Oh, wait. You already are in some way working for me.
Yeah, well, for you today.
Exactly. I'm a co-commentator, or we're just doing games together. Right, sweetie? And we do crazy stuff, like talking
Yes,
to our fluff babies.
yes.
But when we need, we are grown-ups. Like
You don't know.
when we need to do taxes or have serious conversations. Right, sweetie?
Yes,
I
but
make
otherwise, we are just ourselves,
yeah,
and we are everything that we want. Uh, everything besides grown-ups.
yeah. Most of the time we're just like acting like children, but if we have to like a serious conversation or something like that, we are able to act like grown-ups because there is nothing in the rules that says grown-ups has to be grown-ups.
People would
Well, according to people on the interweb, if you are a grown up, you have to act like it. Or sorry, not on the internet, on the work floor. You have to act your age and you have to be. Dude, I can make fun. I can have jokes. I can have a laugh. Does it hurt my productivity? No. So why are you punishing me? just having a laugh, having a joke. Sure, secure safety and stuff like that still needs to be taken in consideration. Don't get me wrong, if you want to do a laugh, but it's very dangerous, then don't do it. Because the safety of the other people must be taken in consideration. But then again, people think is, oh, he's just a joker, stuff like that, and he doesn't care about safety. Well, then you're not a joker, then you're just a hazard. You're a danger. Only joke when it's safe to do it. Stuff like that. Because if I'm working all alone, trust me, I am childish. I make my food talk. I have conversations with a Minecraft animal just because I think it's funny. Does that make me weird? Yes. Am I proud of being myself? Yes. Because, hey, newsflash, everyone. Everyone's a snowflake because everyone is unique. Even if you have the same opinion as someone, you're still a unique person because you didn't get the same opinion perhaps in the same way as they did. So we're all snowflakes. Doesn't matter how much you try to say you're not a snowflake, it only means you're a snowflake because you try to be unique. Being unique is being a snowflake. So if people call me a snowflake just because I'm a transgender and I can't handle those jokes, well, first of all, I can handle transgender jokes. I can even handle a lot of dark humor, much darker than I'm allowed even to say on the freaking YouTubes. Trust me, if you think you can make a dark joke that can offend me, then please try. But keep in mind the rules of the platform you're on. And expect me to do dark jokes as well. Because it's a two-way street. And that's with everything. If you think you have the right to decide what happens to my body, then I have the right to decide what happens to your body. So keep that in mind next time you try to tell someone they go to hell if they are going up against God because God didn't make a mistake. Well, you just argued your own point because that means I'm not a mistake. Then I was meant to be transformed. So don't ever try to discuss stuff with people and use half-baked ways of speaking. Just talk like a normal person. Because treat me like an idiot, I'll treat you like an idiot. Welcome to the world. Oh, sorry, I was rambling about nothing and
Yeah,
everything at the same time.
I remember it. I was enjoying it.
No, I had a discussion one time with someone who was like, "Yeah, but you will go to hell because of it." Well, then at least in hell I would have fun. Because trust me, at this point, heaven sounds boring. What you're not allowed to do, what you're allowed to do. I think if I breathe wrong, I would go to hell. Well, if I believe people that are in faith, following a way of a faith, yes. If I breathe wrong, I will go to hell. Well, again, there's a highway to hell. So yeah, why do I want to take the slow route up if I have a fast way down?
I'm already on that.
I wonder how many people actually got the reference that I made. DMCA. Be careful, sweetie.
I know. That's what everyone's always saying.
Yeah, it's one of the most famous parts, so. And even if heaven and hell exist, if it's a benevolent and good God, not a fearmonger God like it's being portrayed as, then he would have known that I would have been a girl, so he would have made me a girl. So again, if God doesn't make mistakes, then why am I born wrong? Because according to your logic, then I wasn't born wrong. But then again, I was, because I was there to prove the point that you can change who you are. So if all the LGBTQ people are going to hell, well, I at least know where the fun party is, where the fun is, because they don't judge. Sure, there are bad apples in the LGBTQ as well, but hey, even in faith there are bad apples. Take the betrayer of Jesus. He was a bad apple, but still he believed in God. But oh yeah, but that was just a moral to be taught to children. Yeah, if you take the book as a moral, then it's a moral. But don't take it as, don't try to spin it two ways.
It's not fully.
No. I know people who still believe in the old gods like Odin and Thor. And to give you an idea, they are older than Christianity. Way older. You know what's been called Wicca and stuff like that, sweetie? Do you know that? Yeah. Well, actually, it's considered witchering according to Christianity, but if you take a deeper look, it's actually just an old Celtic version of their faith. But why is it witching? Because it went against the word of Christ. So we make it look bad. Do you know Santa? Santa is an invention of humans. It's not a part of the Bible. Santa is not a part of Christianity, but again, Christians celebrate Santa Claus. If we take the one of the origins of Santa Claus, and I'm excluding the Coca-Cola version of it, by the way, it's the Allfather, or in other words, Odin, or someone like that. So again, you're celebrating a part of a celebration from another faith. So please tell me, who is Santa for those faithful people? Because Santa is not in the Bible, and I know because I've read the Bible multiple times. I have even tried to read it differently, like with other techniques, like, okay, let's read it like a metaphor, read it like a And every time I come up with stuff, it doesn't hold true with how people of Christianity in that case act. I can't say about the other religions because I have not been putting that much effort in them. But hey, like I can tell a lot of faiths that are older than Christianity. And I can also tell you which part Christianity stole from different faith. So yeah. Or the fact that people think Jesus was white. Well, I hate to burst your bubble, but Jesus wasn't white. Stuff like that. And for the people who wants to come at me like it was Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Well, trust me. Again, Christianity is considered in all the religions that exist, except Scientology, that's more younger. It's quite young. So yeah, even the Islam is older than Christianity. The Roman belief system is older than Christianity. They just nicked what they needed to make their faith and to have people follow it. Because it's easier to follow a faith if you can convert people into it. Well, it's just the same as yours, but just a tiny bit different. Because trust me, there are a lot of celebrations that are technically not a part of Christianity. So yeah, please tell me stuff about that. Yeah, God created the earth. Well, if you see the black hole as a god, then I can agree with you. Since science has already proven that the earth is at least older than 4,000 years old, because of the existence of one simple material. It's called lead. And for everyone saying, but so you must be indoctrinated to science. No, because I take everything I read with a grain of salt. Or in other words, I'm skeptic about everything from faith to science. Just because a scientist tells me something is that way doesn't mean I'm immediately believing him because it's a scientist. No. Can I reproduce the product myself? Yes. Then that means it must be true. But you also have to take other calculations in order as well. It's not just can you reproduce what they did, but can other people reproduce what they did? And that's how we got science in the way we have it. It's called peer research. If I find an hypothesis, if I find something that I think is how it should be, I have to defend it while the other people attacks it. So I have to prove that what I say is correct. And I have had some discussion with flat earthers and they just say, yeah, because they told me so. But just because they told you so doesn't mean it's true. Give me stuff that can be reproduced. Because for all the knowledge we have at our fingertips, people don't like to do research. And those that do like to do research are not always scientists. I know a lot of people who like to do little dumb researches like researching gravity and how it works. There's still not much understanding about it, but there are people who just enjoy doing stuff like that. I'm one of those people. I even think about linguistic stuff like why is a table called a table and a chair called a chair? What was the reason for it? Because even language evolves and changes over time. So the meaning they used to use for something might be different now. One thing's for sure, people can do so much stuff. They can look up everything they need to know, but they don't. If I find a research paper that I'm think, this sounds interesting, but there is a formula in it and I don't know. Do you know what I do, sweetie?
So don't ask.
No, because I was talking, keeping your viewers entertained as well.
Yeah.
Well, if I find a formula that I don't know, do you know what I do?
Tell me.
The most scariest thing, I look up what that formula is and how it works so that I can use it. I educate myself on stuff like that. And because of that, I am capable of doing basic, and keep in mind what I'm saying, basic zero gravity calculations. Not the advanced stuff like what they use at NASA, but basic versions of it, like what would happen basically in a situation. Question for you, sweetie. How much state of matter are there? State of matter.
Uh,
You know, gas, liquid, solid, plasma.
lot. Um,
Well, there are a lot because scientists keep learning, just like doctors. So just because you think you know it, because you've read a few words, doesn't mean you know it. And that's why I always ask people, no matter what, to defend their, in a good way, of course. I don't mean it in a bad way, defend themselves, but find out what they are trying. Because again, that's how science works. You come up with a hypothesis. I had an hypothesis that when he was talking, he was a bit shouty. I tested my hypothesis and I came to the conclusion that he wasn't shouting, that it was an illusion for me, that I thought he was shouting. So it became my theory that he wasn't shouting, but my brain was not adjusting the volume in my head correctly. The same way how perhaps, oh, I don't know, the theory of gravity is now in existence. Because just because it's a theory doesn't mean it's absolute. Because at this point, the law of gravity or the theory of gravity is how we understand how gravity works. But do you know that there are two theories in gravity? Because you have the simple basic gravity of Newton, everything that goes up must come down, stuff like that. But that just applies in the confounds of Earth. We also have Albert Einstein's his theory on gravity. which means there is another theory. And those two both of those theories can actually live next to each other in harmony because one is based on Earth, the other is based in space. Ever heard of the word gravity well, sweetie?
No.
Well, a gravity well, and I'm going to explain you the basic version because keep in mind, I'm not a scientist. The theory about the gravity well is a object in space makes a pull to something else, aka it pulls something towards it, like the Earth to the moon. So
Yeah.
Earth's gravity well, aka the point where Earth is, keeps the moon at bay. The moon also makes its gravity well, so something smaller than the moon is drawn to the moon. And that's a bit how the idea of the gravity well works. But Earth is in the gravity well of the Sun. With all the other planets, we are stuck to the Sun. And after reading a few papers on that and a few stuff on that, I was like, yeah, I understand it. I had to do some research on formulas and other things, but it made sense. So when I had a flat earther, and keep in mind, their way of thinking is their way of thinking, and it's not my problem to correct them in any other way. If they think they're correct, then in their mind they're correct, even if they're wrong. It was holding up a tennis ball soaking wet and say, then why doesn't stay it on the ball? Because if you look down, you see something that's called Earth. Earth has gravity as well. Its gravity is stronger than that little ball, which means your experiment is null and voided because you can't control the experiment properly. That's the whole reason you need to have a control group. I love science because if you don't understand something, you try to research it to the fullest. It's just like when I became aware I was female, not male. I started researching it and started talking to people. And after 3 years of talking, I finally got the relieving words. And keep in mind, it took me 3 years to get the permission from other people. So it was not even in the end my decision. It was my decision to start the process. But in the end, the decision was out of my hands into the hands of a council of people that I did, where I only knew one person on at least, deciding over my faith if I could become the person who I wanted to become. They have said no, then my life would have been different. I could argue with them, but then again, they had the faith of more than just my in hand, because there were other people also in that process. So yeah, keep in mind before you're gonna judge people upon their ways of thinking. And that's why I love to have always a normal and honorable discussion. There's never a need to be shouting in the discussion and stuff like that.
Yeah, we don't want to judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, trust me, I've read books that were terrible, but they had pretty covers. And I've read very pretty books, and trust me, their covers were ugly as hell. But that's why I also keep emphasizing Even though the majority of the people
Sorry.
think flat earthers are wrong, their way of thinking might hold true in some other way. Now they just need to make sure that they can give the rest of us who likes to research stuff the stuff to actually do their proper research and also come up with stuff that makes sure that it is as viable as the current globe we have. Because in a globe, the globe that we have can do predict so much in a few years already. Well, there theoretically way the planet looks can't even predict uh, day and night, cannot predict seasons at the same time, and does not take in consideration all other factors that there are. So yeah, I don't believe that it is correct what they try to do. But hey, if they come with a way of actually proving all the points that are needed to be proven, like predicting the weather a bit, although it's very terrible to predict. It's very difficult to do that, but predict a solar eclipse, predict a stuff like all of that. We use the globe model for it because, hey, it can predict when the next solar eclipse is or when the next lunar eclipse is. So, yeah, but hey, they never come with it. So, until they do, of course, we're not gonna take you seriously. You want to be taken seriously by people who actually know what they're discussing, then come also with something they can investigate, come with theories, come with hypotheses, not just because or we think it is, because that's not going to work. Because there are also people who think women should be subordinate to men. Those people still live in the medieval times, in my opinion. So, yeah, that's why I love to do read research papers, medical research, stuff like that. I just love reading it. It broadens the horizon and always make sure I have something to talk about when I don't know what to talk about.
Yeah, I know.
I love to hear my own voice. Not even gonna deny it. So, what are your theories about your car, sweetie?
Which one? Right now?
Yes.
I think the engine is it's because.
Your mic is barely picking you up.
Oh, come on.
Language, young lady.
Shh. I just walked through.
Again, he's not picking it up.
Oh, okay, that's very.
Are you sure that your headset is close enough to your mouth that he picks you up, or are you talking too softly?
No, I'm just. I always talk.
Yeah, well, sometimes you cut out on Discord. So if you cut out on Discord, I don't know if you would cut out on the recording as well. So that's why I say it.
It could be, but mine's actually very short. So maybe it's Discord itself.
Maybe. The only way to be sure is talking for a bit and check your OBS.
Precisely. Let me check it right away. No, if I'm looking at my OBS, it's just fine.
Okay, then it's just your disco. Okay.
Yeah,
So for everyone on my side, if he cuts out, it's because Discord is cutting out once in a while. Then I think I know what it is because something that's called my avatar. It eats up a bit of more RAM and CPU, so I have to deactivate almost all other programs. And next to that, you are hosting this level.
yeah,
So yeah, that's also increasing the CPU usage for you. Yeah, for everyone who thinks just starting on YouTube is easy, sure it is easy. But when you try to get more and more quality or get better at it, you will find out you get a lot of stuff that you need to look after. Just as simple, how much CPU a game use and how much CPU or RAM your OBS or Streamlabs use, or your what you're ever recording with. It's a lot of work. But of course, if you don't care about quality or don't care about getting better quality, eh, just hit record and just do your thing. And perhaps you will find a niche group of people that likes to watch you do that or don't do that. So if you ever start a YouTube channel, just keep at it. You might start off slow, but when it gets bigger, you get a fan base, and then it really starts. Or perhaps you just do it for friends that they can see what you've done in games and stuff like that. It doesn't matter if you do YouTube, it's because you want to do it, not because you have to do it. And if you are going to start YouTube, just let me know when you started the channel. If it's something I would watch, I would watch it. Right, sweetie?
yes, yes. So back to the discussion. Back to the topic. Yeah, to be honest, I actually don't know what's going on. I'm a little bit confused.
I just asked for a theory about your car. Just a theory.
Um, it could be one of the cylinders. It could also be just a like Venus.
The what?
Or Venus.
Never heard of it. What does it do?
Yes, I actually don't know.
Okay.
I'm a car thing, so having that,
You like you like to watch car, not to work on cars.
yes,
Don't
I like
make it difficult for yourself. Just use easy words.
I like to watch cars. I like to hear the listen to the sounds of the road and stuff like that. But I'm not a mechanic. So, like I said, I think there's nothing really wrong with the car, but yeah, it's a picture to just get fixed.
But if there's nothing needs to be fixed,
Oh, no, that was good.
yeah.
So to be honest, I have to like that.
Well, you at least get better help than the previous,
Oh, definitely, definitely.
than your previous car, which the people told him, well, the car is tip top and okay, and nothing wrong, nothing wrong. And in the end, a second opinion told him, like, dude, this thing is ready for the junkyard,
Yeah, pretty
pretty
much.
much. It's not the exact words, but it will give you an idea that no, the car was not all right. And where he bought it, just keeps saying it was all right, it's okay, it works. Oh, and by the way, no, you are not. Uh, we're talking about it, but they are not. You're not breaking your contract.
Because I didn't say the name.
Exactly. Sure, they might know that it's them, but they can't prove it because we never said a name. We never said it could be any garage in the Netherlands. And trust me, we have a lot of garages
Yeah.
who
Don't
could
go
be,
there.
yeah. So yeah, they have zero proof that you were talking about them, but they will wonder. I doubt if they will see this.
Don't think so. But if they do, my God.
Huh, they can't do shit.
So so.
Oh no, I said the F word. Well, that's been way than a minute, 2 minutes. So yeah, one can drop. Uh, Another part is done.
Nice.
I wonder how far you are, sweetie.
Go and check it out.
Yeah, but then I will get behind even further.
Go.
If I'm gonna go there and I'm way better. Oh no. Oh no. I have to hurry.
Bye.
Nothing. You can see that I'm a woman because I'm doing two things. I'm talking and working at the same time. Because the stereotype is a woman can do two things at the same time. Well, then you don't know few women I know because hell, they can do that.
Let me see how.
No, no, I'm way behind. 69. Nice.
70.
Damn it.
How about you having practice to driving cars instead? Then I can drive them a little bit more.
Uh, you can drive stick.
Yeah.
You have to drive auto. Auto. Well, that's what you get with your foot problem.
Yeah. I actually don't mind that I have to, but
It's sad
yeah, I can miss it.
because
That part is,
you always enjoy driving.
yeah, I do.
I noticed that when we met, you really love talking about your car.
Well, cars, well, not everything, but
It's a
there,
part of you,
yeah, it's a part of me. I'm depending on cars for a lot of things.
and I depend on you because of that now. Usually, I used to depend on the public transport, which is very good in the Netherlands, so I don't mind. But for someone who doesn't like being on public transport, it's nice to have a personal driver. And I love you, sweetie.
You
Yeah.
will get make you my first drive.
Yes, sweetie. We're off to, sir.
We're going to the circuit in Stanford. Awesome.
Far away.
Yes, we have to go.
Or when we're in Germany, then I have to drive because away that you're driving there.
On the highway, I'm okay.
EBQ. Scaredy cat.
And I
Yes,
got
you are.
got a small car. So okay, bigger car. Uh,
And for those Americans, no, he's not driving. Compared to you, he's driving a small car.
yeah, just as yours.
Yeah, and that sedan is smaller than your basic sedan. Just so you know. And he thinks that's big.
Well, I like big cars. I prefer an even bigger car than I own right now.
For my American viewers, he wants the cars you have. In Europe, where the streets are not made for tanks.
With a V8. The whole time with a V8.
Sweetie, you have to keep in mind, Europe is made for the people, not for cars.
I know.
Good.
Still. There's only one downside for an automatic transmission for me. That's the amount of gasoline it drinks.
You get if you learn how to, you can get it more
Yeah,
fuel
but
better at its fuel.
at this point with my car,
You still can get it, but you have to know how to. You're always like, oh, but I can't because this car, this you can. It will not be the exact same as your previous cars, or
no, because it's older.
yes, but you can get it better. But you have to have a steady feet, a constant speed, stuff like that. Know when to put it in the automatic manual version or keep it in the automatic, stuff like that.
Or use this car to be on a hell. It's gonna be so. It's gonna be a hell of me.
But yes, you can do it. I really never liked when people are with, but I can't. Yes, you can. Then find a way you can. I had a I had a person that I know who was disabled, and he was like, "Yeah, but I never can swim again." Are you sure? You might never be able to swim unassisted, but hey, I can be there to be your, oh, I don't know, your help. You need help? I'm there. In the end, we ended up at the pool and we did stuff. Sure, he couldn't go to certain places in the pool, but we had fun. He enjoyed being in the water again. If you think you can't do something, then try to figure out how you can do it. You know that, sweetie? And that's for all my viewers as well. If you think about, oh, I can't do something, then try to figure out how you can do it. Because trust me, I am broken on finding a job. I'm terrible at selling myself for a job, and I'm still trying. I know I'm terrible at it. And that's the good part, because I know, so I can work on it. No, I just need to find people who actually wants to have a interview with me and but hey, I'm at least trying. It's not like, well, I can't sell myself, so I'm not gonna try. And for YouTube, it's selling yourself in the Netherlands means trying to get an employer to employ you. And in the end, I'm still trying, even though I'm terrible at saying what I'm good at and stuff like that. Maybe one day, or maybe never, and my YouTube channel will blow up and I'll be big and perhaps make money with my YouTube. Who knows? I don't know, because I can't see the future. Although some people in my friend list, in my friends, think I can because I predicted a few things that came true. Like when crypto came into existence and I said, that's a scam. Turns out it was a scam. Perhaps that's just because, oh, I don't know, I think logically about everything. If it's too good to be true, then it's too good to be true. I also love those ads on YouTube that are like, I made $1 million in just 3 months. Yeah, right. I doubt that, but okay. And you have to pay me to learn how. Yeah, no wonder you made that much money. But hey, that's why I never get scammed. Because in the end, I take in consideration it's a scam before anything else. I could get a legit mail, and before anything else is considered for me, I considered it a scam first and foremost. I won't say I will never get caught, because hey, one day my guard will slip, and perhaps that's the moment they get me. But I will be honest, that way I have been protecting myself for, oh, I don't know, my whole life. If it's too good to be true, then it must be too good to be true. And please don't take this as a life advice, just take this as getting to know me a bit. Because just because just blah 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 blah, just because it will is working for me does not mean it will work for you. That is called anti so blah, biased information. Perhaps you have lived that way and you did get caught, so I don't know. That's the same thing of those people that are trying to sell you essential oil. Yeah, but I've heard this and this. Yeah, are there research papers? No, then I don't trust it. Then it's a scam. I've seen research papers that were like, well, I was like, this is a scam. In the end, it wasn't. But but again, just because I think that way and it works for me does not mean it will work for you. That's why those scam products like essential oils and stuff always say, well, then you didn't believe hard enough in it. Yeah, because that's for them a way to say, we got you and we don't want to give your money back. So yeah. But if for you, let's say the essential oil works, well, good for you. But your word doesn't mean anything for me. Because if it doesn't work for me, it just doesn't work for me. Did you notice that I am a bit ranty today, sweetie?
But
That I'm a bit ranting, complaining, stuff like that.
yeah, how come?
I slept terribly again. So for those that who knows me a bit, I have a terrible sleep cycle, and I'm still trying to make YouTube videos and stuff like that. But this is why I went away when I had a terrible sleep cycle because I get all doom and gloom. And since the other part, my better part, is not talking back or trying to at least change the conversation, I'm going into a spiral of negativity. Just like how the YouTube algorithm works. If you watch stuff you don't like, then don't watch it and YouTube will stop sending it in your recommendation. You want to clean out your recommendation feed to get it reset? Clean your history. It will work. I've talked with multiple IT people and they say it will take again a little while, but there is a chance that it will work. Better than trying to recreate your feed by stopwatching. So clean out your history once in a while will actually make your search feed change, or your recommendation feed change. But now I'm going to complain about boyfriend being further than me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm going to laugh because I'm thinking that he's further than me, and actually I'm further ahead than him.
So that would surprise me.
Started late, ended first.
Yep.
Wouldn't be the first time, wouldn't be the last time.
No, but that's okay.
Uh, we've been recording for 1 hour and 30 and 40 minutes, quickly. So my prediction was off.
This
Yeah,
level,
but keep in mind we're together, so it's faster.
but still, it's a difficult.
Yeah, I love this level. I just love it.
I don't. I don't know. Well, technically, I like pursuing, but there are things that I don't like to do, like the top four and the tracks.
Yeah, but I made it fair at this point, so huh, sucks to be you. No, I knew if I don't made it a bit 50-50, then I would have been doing all the terrible jobs.
Yeah.
So that's why. Because I have to do this one again on my own. Because I like to do it on my own when we've done it. Because after Dark Heresy, I love to do some mindless work, like taking a shower or doing the dishes, or in this case, playing a game. so that I can just mentally recharge myself. Yeah, I think he's way further than me.
I'm not really sure.
Why is that?
No, because I want to split into four before that you clean, so it's not that I am four.
No, not. You're further than me. Take in consideration everything, right?
Yeah,
Not just the floor. I'm gonna laugh if someone's watching both episodes because I said it, and they're like, "Nope, you're way ahead. I've watched both episodes at the same time." Well, we're recording at the same time, so I can't just keep watching his side because I need to pay attention to my side.
otherwise you will fall behind.
Yes, and then it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. I love you.
Definitely. I'm almost done with this block of the floor.
Yay! Now the other parts.
Uh, I know.
I just cleaned that one. Literally just cleaned it.
Which one?
Tiles. We. Uh, keep in mind, sweetie, 50-50.
I know.
Okay, just to be sure.
This my brain.
Which freaking thing?
Tiring.
Again, which freaking thing?
Uh, called Subway game.
Ah,
Yes.
keep in mind, 50-50. So you have another one on the other side. Or did you do both sides?
Oh,
Okay.
just did this.
Okay.
That was the
What?
I'm a just
Me too. Shall we go grab some after the recording?
want to order it.
I pay. Where it is, I don't care. You know me.
Yeah. Like I said, you need to know where it is for it's shipping. As long as it's now, yeah. I got it.
You know you can also just order it, perhaps?
Doesn't deliver.
Damn it.
If I would go to go into another business and get a sandwich with salmon.
We could do that as well.
Yeah, but then I would say the sub with the
Public transportation.
yeah, public transport instead of the car.
Sure, my bad. Oh no, shiz, I can't. Still don't have my public transport card. Still need to get it. I'm still debating if I take personal or the anonymous.
Excuse me.
So I need to put it on this side so I can clean my side. And yes, I'm trying to beat you, sweetie.
Good luck.
Okay. I want to be done first. Do you want to know why, sweetie?
No. Don't explain me this.
Because I want to. Dang it. I did a part for this. Oh, I want to be better than you. You crazy.
Yes,
Jumping around like a bunny.
yes. Because it scares me. Silly scares me.
Okay. Technically your stairs, but again, okay.
Yeah,
Keep in mind this is your level, not mine.
I know. Good, that's fine. No, 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 no.
I forgot about that little part.
Shoot! Sorry. Oh,
What?
started.
I'm just gonna make a center line, which also partially cleans your side. So be grateful. Can you move a bit?
Yes.
We.
So yeah, uh, it comes to play. And it took you Katsumy to Katsumy.
Yes.
Do you like left-handed or
The Komodo dragon hates Kira, and
yes?
she is mine.
Left-handed is mine. Oh, Jack. I love her. They're so cute. So to say it, I was
Zoo.
Katasumy.
And for our third anniversary together as a couple, he's gonna buy me a very cutesy Bulbasaur. And
Wait,
for those wondering, I love Bulbasaur.
wait. I thought you'd like Turkey,
Ew, no.
but I just want to take Turkey. I thought you would love it.
No, you would Bulbasaur. I think Sar. Venusaur?
You didn't buy them just yet, but
Yes, he will buy me. Or else.
else.
I'm gonna confiscate the Switch that I'm gonna buy for you.
Okay,
Then you don't get Switch from me.
okay.
And for those thinking that is a very weird thing, he's getting a Switch from me because I want him to play Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and with me because I've got Let's Go Pikachu. Eevee. I've got
I
Let's Go.
was just no Pikachu.
Yay. I've got Eevee. Play.
Eevee is so
Yes, but I need the variants of Pikachu as well. And
no.
we can always switch.
True.
Because who wants an Eevee that doesn't want to evolve? Or a Pikachu who doesn't want to evolve? Why do I want a bad stat Pokemon?
Hashtag.
Yes, but Ash is an idiot.
True.
Keep in mind, Ash just got one of his badges just because he made the gym leader laugh.
Yeah. Because Pikachu is over. He's not a chance to fight win against Snivy.
Yeah, it gets beat by freaking level 5 Snivy.
Precisely. But it does defeat a Reggiant.
Yeah, or do I say it's a Pikachu? He won against an Onyx just because the fire alarm went off. That match would have been would have been nullified, and they would have had to start all over again because of that. So Brock's badge, he didn't win because I don't. I might say it because Ash cheated. Or let's take Erica's gym, which was his fault when it went into flame. But he got his badge because he saved her gloom. He wrecked her gym because he went cooperating with Team Rocket. So yes, he was an accomplice to Team Rocket at that point. He did not earn that badge. It was a pity badge.
We have fight for the final series that we also won against Leon. And that's only because Eternatus giving out against the thing, which is the what would I has one of those flying scenes where up in the sky, so that they could connect more time because of that -1.
Uh, so yeah. Oh, and also for everyone saying, yeah, he finally won a cup. Keep in mind, he won the Orion Cup. You know, after he technically season two Orion Cup, when he was on his lepers for most of the time, he won that cup.
That is
So yeah. So it was not his first cup he won, that Pokemon League Cup. He also won the Oran Cup. So he has two victories on his name. By the way, the Oran Cup is way more his type of tournament. Do you want to know why? Because it's not just tactical. You have to also be uh, athletic yourself and stuff like that. And trust me, he can handle some electric bolts. He could make a search run for his money. And for people who saying Pokemon Gen 1 was scary, yeah, that's the point. The anime makes it look pretty. But the original game, you had to fear because you were using a freaking 10-ton fire-breathing lizard. Of course I would be afraid. But now it's all cutesy and removed all types of fear. Why do you think I don't like the newer games? Sure, they're not bad and stuff like that, and they have their place, but come on. It's more for children now. When I played it, I was like, oh, I'm playing a grown-up game. Now I'm like, I'm playing a child's game. And by the way, that says the person that is playing Minecraft, so yes, shut it. But at least that was promoted to be a child's game. And by the way, all the Pokemon evolutions there are, or Pokemons that there are at the moment, it's getting ridiculous. Talk like, come on, really? Floating ice cream cone with ice cream. Look, I found Muk and Grimer far-fetched, but damn, a living ice cream or a living sandcastle.
so. What about
You gotta be kidding me. Well, we had a living sea dots. We had a living sea seedling. So in Gen 2, so wouldn't surprise me.
and they haven't thinking about it. They haven't it's the
You're
first one, the final one, Dragon. I'm gonna show you.
you're kidding, right?
No,
You're freaking kidding me, right?
no, I
Sure. Crap. Please say you're kidding. A living apple. as a Pokemon. You're kidding. Really? Again, wheezing, coughing, like they're based on stuff. Like the original name should have been wheezing and coughing should have been, if I remember correctly, New York and LA because of pollution and stuff. But really, an apple? Is it based on the Big Apple? Like what New York is called, the Big Apple. And what's the point of having a Pokemon that looks like a freaking apple? That's like you make a Pokemon that's a pear. Ooh, but Gen 1 was so unoriginal. Yeah, keep in mind, they were the first 151 Pokemon. And they were based upon the creator's love of catching bugs. Which is quite strange because there are not quite a lot of bug Pokemons. But then again, Pikachu is voiced by a woman just like Ash. So according to logic of other people, Ash is a woman. Because she is voiced because he is voice acted by a woman. Then we're not even gonna start about uh, exclusive stuff like what's only in Japan and stuff. Because we in Europe and I think it was also America, we got red and blue, which were technically the blues from Japan, and the red is an upgraded version of the blue in our part of the world. I always find it funny when someone tells me that they played the Pokemon Red of Japan, and I'm like, you mean Pokemon Green? You remember that discussion I had with that friend of yours?
Yeah,
And he was saying I was lying. I was like, dude, I have played Pokemon Green. Couldn't understand a word what was said, but I did play it. Uh, so yeah. But again, I've played the Japanese Pokemon Red. Never heard of it. Now we have Fire Red, Leaf Green. Instead of we getting a green and blue, like, oh, I don't know, it was in Japan because the first one was green, the second one was blue. Blue was the technically the semi-updated version of green. The blue we have is an updated version of their blue. So for anyone who's seeing where this is going, yeah, games get updated even back in those days. But you wouldn't know it in the end. Come on, ceiling light. Okay, I'm done with it. Hello? Put it down. Got it. Yeah. There. We're almost done, sweetie.
I know.
Let me guess. I was behind.
Okay.
Uh, well, keep in mind, I still have some stuff to do. Oh well, we can always look at the what you call it, the
Or,
escape list.
yeah.
Escape list, yeah. Escape list. Because keep in mind, where I'm standing now is my side. Where you? Wait, yes, that's my side. Where I'm working now. So anything that has to be done on my side was mine. Anything that has to be done on your side is yours. Anything you can do, I can do better. I just want to be better than boyfriend. Boyfriend is better than me in everything. Yes, you are. You taught me how to play Diablo, and you've taught me how to play Outriders.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see.
Working on it.
What other
Keep in mind, there are still parts on my side that still needs to be done.
let's see.
Okay, my side is done, I think. Air vents. Not my problem. Main ceiling light. I did a heresy. I still follow the teaching of Slanesh. I always will. Main ceiling light. What are main ceiling lights? Yeah, that could be technically both our sides. So, yeah.
Marathon. Tunnel lights.
If it doesn't shine at your side,
Or the tunnel lights.
I'm done. The last thing is a your problem.
First.
It's that one.
Oh.
My side is done. I was done before him. I'm better than him. Yay! 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 So
Perfect.
I'm gonna end my episode. So like, subscribe, comments in the comment section. Links are in the description to our Twitch and Discord. Yes, correct. Twitch and Discord. Um, and again, as always, leave a comment with a question if you want some questions answered and stuff like that. Also, Crazy Peanut, I love you. Bye bye now.
Well, for everyone on my side, thank you all for watching. I follow me on Twitch. The link in the description to Katasumy YouTube channel. And we will see you guys on the next episode. Bye bye, everyone.